Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today.
I always have windows in my eyes because I'm shorter than you.
The windows.
Windows are the eyes to the soul.
Can you see into our souls?
Okay.
Today is Wednesday, the 20th of September, 2017.
Happy anniversary.
Doodah, doodah. That's the tune it sounded like you were singing
Oh.
too. So it's the Hubs and my 20th wedding anniversary today. So
Shower them with love.
appropriately.
What?
Appropriate love. Don't shower us with inappropriate love.
Okay.
I was making a joke. You were supposed to laugh.
Ah.
This is episode 260. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys to all our returning viewers and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoyed the show. Dammy, we had some people introduce themselves in the group this week. Why don't you give them a shout out?
Okay. Loring, who is knitting a hiker. Is it supposed to be Lori or is it Loring?
I copied it.
Okay. Who is knitting a hiker from California. Camille, who is...
Now I'm second guessing myself. If I messed up, it's my fault.
Camille, who is Stitcher 918 from Florida. Erin, who is Wishart from Australia. And Kathy, who's Catnit721 from New York.
Welcome. Glad to have you guys.
It's been a long week.
So, Dammy, if somebody has not joined our Ravelry group, what should they do and why?
You should join and introduce yourself in our introductions thread because we will give you a shout out on our next episode and you'll be able to participate in all our owls and giveaways.
That's right. Well, we have quite a few things to talk about today, so we should probably get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what is on our needles.
What is on your needles, Dammy?
Right now I only have one thing on my needles. It's one of the things I've been working on for the past several weeks. It's the Hades scarf, which I am designing on US 6's 4mm needles, and the yarn is Ginger's hand-dyed sheepish DK and the Moon River colorway.
Cool.
Okay.
How's it going?
Okay.
Okay.
I need to finish it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on your needles?
What's on your needles?
Okay, I have a couple things. First up is the Miss Winkle shawl by Martina Bem. I'm on US 2.5 3mm needles, and the yarn is Neighborhood Fiber Co. Rustic Fingering in the Shaw colorway. So there are the cute little, sorry, it's not cooperating, the little loops. So, I don't know how many I got done this week. I can't remember how many I had last week. I probably got 6 or 7 done, but each row obviously is longer, so it takes longer, etc., etc. And the other thing I have, I lied. I have 3 things on the needles.
You didn't put it in there?
Oops.
You need to open your project page then, unless you haven't made a project page.
I have not made a project page. I have failed.
Let's hope you know what this is.
I have the thing right here. So the thing I can't show you is my Please Call Me Anne with an E shawl, which is a design that I am creating. It's on US 4's 3.5mm needles, and the yarn is Owl About Yarn Cuddly Owl Sock. I actually need you to look at it with me later today because I am at a spot where I need to make a decision.
Ooh.
And the other thing I have on my needles is these really cute autumnal sock blank socks. The yarn is Owl About Yarn Cuddly Owl Sock. I think it's called like Autumn Leaves or something. And I'm going to talk more about this in Ask the Geeky Girls, so stay tuned for that. That is everything that is on my needles.
Alright.
All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our finished projects.
Yes, because you finished one.
Yes, I finished the 5th Potterversary sock sample that I had been working on for the past several weeks.
Yes.
It was on US 1.5, 2.5mm, and US 2.5, 3mm. And the yarn was All About Yarn Sparkle Owl in unnamed colorway.
Yes.
Still.
We have to figure that out.
Mm.
So, yeah. So stuff is starting to come in for the 5th Potiversary kits, and so as soon as we have everything, we'll get it shipped out to those pre-orders, and then after those are received, then we'll release the sock pattern individually.
Mm-hmm.
All right, did you finish anything else?
Nope. So what did you finish?
I finished this week's preemie hat. So this is number 38 for the year. This is from my top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. I did this on US 6's 4mm needles. The yarn is, the pom-pom is Little Yellow Ute Craft Soprano Sock High Twist in the Corporate Rebel colorway. So I used that one up. Malabrigo yarn sock in the lettuce colorway. That's the solid green.
Lettuce.
And Sunset Stitches Sunset Super Sock in the Madeline colorway. And I used that one up too. So there's number 38 for the year. And that's everything I finished this week.
All right.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show. Yummies. What are yummies, Tammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. The lighting is kind of weird, and I know there's weird shadows. Apologies. We're having to record where we can, and that just happens to be here right now. So a huge thank you to everyone who has been praying and sending good thoughts and everything for the hubs. He did get a job, and he started yesterday. So he's working with a nonprofit, working with homeless men in downtown Seattle. So, yeah. So thank you so much for your prayers, and we really, really do appreciate them. The hubs and I went to the farmer's market in Edmonds again over the weekend, and I got a couple of things. So first up, from Earthly Delights, I'll put a link in the show notes. She was having a sale on these yummy soaps, and they're all made with goat's milk. So I'm really excited. So I got a white tea and ginger. I got a vanilla.
I want the vanilla one.
Daddy might not let you have it because I like vanilla. Oatmeal, milk, and honey.
What?
Because he likes it when I wear vanilla. Ocean and black amber lavender.
I thought you wanted the lavender.
I want all of them, but I will share.
Mm.
I will share. I promise I will share. I will share. So there's a link in the show notes to that. And then also from, how adorable is this? Napping Cats Jewelry. Let's see. Aren't those pretty? I almost got some that had little kitty charms on the end, but the color of the beads were not ones that that I wear a lot of. The color I wear a lot of. So yeah, so that was fun. I've really enjoyed getting to go to the farmer's market because I have lots of lovely things. What else? Anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm not feeling great, so I'm a little bit under the weather, so that's a kind of why we're not as talkative maybe, or whatever. So anyway, it is what it is. So let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Night Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month, so you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. So we are continuing with kind of autumn is coming and summer is ending, and then also just some other stuff like that. So what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. So great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. Just take a look at the prompts list. For example, today's prompt is celebrate. take a photo related to that, however you want to interpret it. We're very cheater friendly on that. Post it on Instagram and make sure in the caption to use hashtag #GGKCraftyPad because that's how we find your photos, and yours might get chosen. So we have a couple of events that we're planning to attend in November. First up is Vogue Knitting Live. We'll most likely be there on Saturday the 4th of November, and there's a link to more info in the show notes. And the other one?
Knit Fit, which will probably be there also on the Saturday, the 11th of November.
Yep, and there's a link to that in the show notes too. All right, I think we're ready to move on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what are you reading,
I
Danny?
have something I was watching that I didn't put in there. I can put it in there when we're done.
Okay.
Okay. I'm still reading War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, but I haven't gotten around to finding like an audiobook version of it on YouTube or something, just because my brain is occupied
With design stuff.
by everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, anything specific you want to talk about War and Peace about?
No.
Okay.
So, what have you been reading?
I'm still reading Uninvited by Lisa Turkhorst. So that's the nonfiction I'm reading. I read books 4 and 5 of The Secret of Spellshadow Manor series by Bella Forrest, which is a fantasy series. And I read some other stuff, but nothing worth talking about. And then as far as watching, I've been watching lots of Hallmark movies, such as the Signed, Sealed, Delivered movies, Wedding March 2, Fixer Upper mystery movies, Haley Dean mystery movies, and the Gourmet Detective movies. Yeah. And then the hubs and I started marathoning season 3 of The Flash. We just had not got around to watching it. And so we are marathoning that. And then the other thing that do you want to talk about what you watched first, and then I'll talk about the last thing?
Sure. I watched the 2005 Pride and Prejudice movie.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It makes me feel good.
Yeah. And then I am watching season 3 of Outlander. This is not safe for children. Dammy does not read or watch. Make sure that you're aware of who is in the room with you. So I watched episode 2, which is called Surrender, and there was lots of little things that happened. I'm wondering how long they're gonna kind of drag things out before they get Jamie and Claire back together when she goes back through the stones.
What about their baby? Where does the baby go?
The baby is an adult when she goes back through the stones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I'm interested to see where that's going to land us. And then as far as listening to, I listened to quite a bit of Nora Jones. I also tried a few different autumnal playlists on Spotify. What about you? Oh, you already said it. Never mind. Go ahead. I didn't let you talk about what you were watching, but you already said it. Brain not working.
I have been listening to Ghost Quartet.
Mm-hmm.
And also some of Kelsey Bell's solo music.
And
Kelsey Bell is from The Great Comet.
Yes.
And Ghost Quartet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
And you like her music.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, that's everything for this segment, so let's move on to the next one.
And now we're going to talk about our September, October, November Artistic Autumnal Cal.
No.
Ow.
Ow. Ow. So this started on the 1st of September and runs through the 30th of November. 2 main rules. It's for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin. that you can convince this is related to autumn, so the 4 Ravelry crafts, and no whips are allowed. So you have to start your project the 1st of September or later and finish by the 30th of November. Feel free to poly dip in other owls as long as it meets the rules. We've got lots of lovely prizes on the screen right now. Thank you so much to our sponsors for supporting this along. If you would like to donate a prize, you can PM me, Java Pearl, on Ravelry, or email us at
geekygirlsknit@gmail.com.
That's right. You have to be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry to participate. Every project you finish and post in the FO thread counts as 1 entry into the giveaways. The hashtag is hashtag GGKAutumn17. We'll lock the FO thread the morning of the 1st of December and draw prize winners on the next podcast after that. You'll have 30 days to claim your prize if you are a winner or you forfeit it. We have a chatter thread in the group where you can talk about what you're working on, and that's also where Dammy gives shout outs to those who finish stuff, as well as giving shout outs here on the podcast. So Dammy, why don't you do some shout outs?
Okay. AA Lauzon, Auntie Knits a Lot, BZ Mom of 2, Crafty Sarah, D-Door 4, Falling Star 12, Inky Minky 184, Jenny Am I, Jennifer Reels, JP Music 15, Carnia 4777, Kenneth Ellen, Kirsty S, Knit 1 Brew 2, Knit Central, Knit Live Love, Knitty Moomin, Lane L, Will Angel SG2, Penny Gale, Travel Socks, and VT Kimmy Kim.
Great job, everybody. So keep working on those projects, and you might be a winner. Let's move on. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking GG Crafty Pad. I was like, and yours might be chosen. Well, I guess it would be chosen by the random number generator, but anyway. Let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them. What are you doing?
I'm unrolling this so I can show them what it looks like. So what is this week's question, Dammy?
This week's question comes from Kim, who is BZ Mom of 2 from Iowa. Longtime sock knitter here. However, I have never personally seen or used a sock blank. I have been seeing some very cool looking ones. I wondered if you have experience with them. How do you use them? Thanks in advance.
So I actually bumped this question up because I was casting on with the sock blank. So this is a sock blank.
Ooh.
It's a piece of machine knit fabric that is then dyed by a yarn dyer. Okay, why don't you do that? I took a little bit.
Bring your sock over here.
Yeah, it's right here. I took some video of when I was just about to cast this on. So let me put that video here and then we'll be back.
So I wanted to talk to you about sock blanks because somebody had a question about them in the Ask the Geeky Girls thread. So I probably will save this and share that when we answer this question. So the sock blank I have is from Owl About Yarn, her Cuddly Owl sock. So essentially, oops, I just dropped that on the floor. A sock blank is a piece of machine knitted fabric that the dyer then dyes on. And the yarn dyers are able to do really cool things like these autumnal leaves. I've seen Doctor Who TARDIS ones. I've seen owls. I've seen, I don't know, anything you probably can think of could be painted on these. And then when you're ready to work with a sock blank, you unravel it from one end and you just start knitting with it. It does make a very lumpy, bumpy fabric, but then once you soak and block the socks or whatever you're making with it, that just blocks right out. And it makes a really kind of cool, variegated pattern to the socks or whatever you knit with it, just because of all the different colors that are used on it that have been painted on it. So I really enjoy knitting with sock blanks. It's fun to see how something like these autumnal leaves turn into a pair of socks and what it does for the color.
So yeah, so that is what a sock blank is like. You just unravel it and you knit with it. You've knit with a sock blank before.
Sock blanks aren't my personal favorite.
Okay.
Just because of how difficult it is to hold the yarn as it unravels.
Okay.
From the piece of fabric, but I don't hate them.
Yeah.
And I like seeing all the different designs dyers come up with for them.
Yeah. So there is thus far what has happened. So you
It's
can
making
see,
like a spiral effect.
yeah, you can see I'm starting to get some of that yellow and orange in from the leaves. So, yeah, I enjoy them. I wouldn't want to knit everything with a sock blank, but it is fun to play with the see what the colors come up with as you're knitting from the blank. And I think yarn dyers really have a good time painting the blanks and getting to do some different type of dyeing techniques that you couldn't do on a regular skein of yarn.
I've seen some people who unwind the blanks,
Yeah.
like nitty knotty them, and then soak the yarn and let it dry, and then wind it into a cake to do it.
Yeah.
But that like seems like a lot of extra steps.
Okay, there's another type of sock blank where it is two threads held together. So you could like do two at a time socks. So when they machine knit it, it's two strands held together.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster because of how like it's a little confusing for both of us to find the correct end to pull from, because if you pull from the wrong end, then like one row into the fabric, it's caught on all the other stitches and you have a hard time
Yeah.
pulling it.
Yeah. So, yeah, so they're fun. Like I said, I wouldn't want to knit everything with a sock blank, but it is a fun thing to do. And yeah, did that answer all the question? I think so.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, Dammy, so thank you, Kim, for the question. Dammy, if somebody else has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
All right, I think we're ready to move on to the next segment. So that's the end of the show. Like I said, this was a shorter one just because I'm not feeling great, but we wanted to get an episode out for y'all anyway. And then I'm probably going to curl up in bed with my knitting and a movie for the rest of the day. We'd like to remind you that there is a giveaway going on in the Ravelry group right now for the Independent Fabrication Volume 2 book by Sloan Rosenthal that we reviewed in last week's episode. We will draw a winner for that giveaway next week. So if you have not entered that, go take a look and tell us what your favorite pattern from the book is. I don't think we have any other announcements other than that. So let's talk about thank you to everyone who supports the podcast in whatever way you do. A very special thank you to those who financially support the podcast. There's 3 ways you can do that. First is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount each month to your favorite creatives, and you get rewards based on how much you pledge. If you'd like to know more about that or want to sign up, go to
Patreon.com/geekygirlsnet.
what else?
We have a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .canada affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you go through our website first, then Amazon gives us a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you were going to be doing already. So, Dammy, if they want to do any of that or want to find us online, what should they do?
Go to geekygirlsknit.com, and there are links to everywhere else you can find us online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
And with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week, and hopefully I'll be feeling better for next week's episode. Until then, happy knitting. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.